Hello everyone, my name is Kaushal and in this video I am going to discuss about the Python loops. So what we are going to learn in this notebook, what are the loops, why use them, for loops, iterative sequence, range function, while loop, break, continue, pass, else with loop, nested loop, enumerator and zip, and loop control pattern, and at last there is a real world fintech example which cover all the concepts that I will go through in this video. Now comes to the first is what are the loops. So loops means repeat a block of code multiple times without writing them again and again. So this is the think of it like a trading board. Suppose for every stock in my watch list, check the price, check the RSI, generate signal and print the code. So this code will execute for a number of watch lists. So this is repeatedly called with the help of for loops. Now Python has two types of the loops. Number one is for and second is the while. For will be used when you number of iteration or and sequence. For will be used when you know the number of iteration or have a sequence to iterate, and while will be used when you keep looping until a sub conditions become the false. So this is the for loop and this is the while loop. I think it does not work, no issue. Now come to the for loop basics. Yes, this is the list and we iterate over the list with the help of for variable in data type print the stock. So it will print the all the stocks inside this list. And we can also loop over the string also. This is the string and we can loop over the each character. Like for character in this, print the character end is equal to this means print on same line. This is the meaning of end is equal to double quotes, and after that print the new line at end. And again this is the tuple. We use the for loop and print the all the value inside this tuple. Again we can also loop over the set and it will print the set also. So see the output here, marketing hours, sectors, like this one. Now loop over the dictionary. Yes, you can also loop over the dictionary, and there are two methods for iterating over the dictionary. If you want to just find out the key, we can use the only variable name. Suppose prints for symbol in prints, it will return the symbols means first value, and if you loop over the key value pair, we use the prices dot items method. So if we want to iterate over the key value pair, use the price dot item. Otherwise you can directly access over the key. So this is the key and this is the key value pair. Second way of the loop counter is using the range function. Range stop, it will loop from the 0 to till stop minus 1. Range start and stop, start from this position and end to stop minus 1 position. Range start stop and step function. So for loop start from the start 1 and continue till the stop minus 1 and jumping by the steps, number of steps that we have defined. If suppose there is 1, it will jump to the 1. If there is 2, it will jump over the 2. So range 0 to 6, just see example list. Range 5, so it will iterate over the 0 till 4. Start row stop means start from 1 until the 5. Start stop and steps. So it will jump by the 5 steps. So output of this range will be 0, 5, 10 and 15. And we can also count down from the negative steps, -2. So it will start from the 10, -2, 8, -2, 6, -2, 4, -4 till before -2. So it will iterate over here. Now you can use the range function to repeat the exactly n number of times. Suppose for I in the range, alert I plus 1, alert 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, loop with index I in the range, length of watch list. So it will print the I plus 1 and watch list. See, 1 and watch list. Now for I in range 1 to 10, total is equal to total, and here it is going to print a total. So these are the example of for loops. This is the example of range function. So range function used very frequently in the Python. So pay attention on the use of range function, why we are using and how to we use it. Now comes to the section number 4, enumerate. Loop with index. So with the help of range, we are not getting the index. For getting the index, we have to print like this one. But with the help of enumerate, we can find out the index also. Suppose see the example for I in range of this one, and we are printing the indexing like this one, 0, again Reliance 1, TCS. But bit enumerator, you can do this type of output very clean and Pythonical way. So just put the variable inside the enumerate, and first is the index and second will the value. So it will print the index and stocks. And in enumerate, index will be starting from the 0. See the output here. And suppose you want to start the index from the any position, suppose if you want that it will start from the 2, it will start from the 2 and increment by the 1 also. And if you want to start 1, it can also be start from the 1 here. So this is the use case of enumerator. This is the real case. Suppose stock buy again and you want to rank and stock enumerate and start with the 1, you can print the top gainer of the stocks. Now come to the use of zip, loop over the multiple list together. So these are the three lists we zip. So I have already demonstrated, or you can say give the clarity how zip will works, and I am going to again explain the how the zip works. So these are the three lists, and if you want to zipping, so it will comes like that. Reliance, this pair, again this pair, again this pair. So in this manner it is going to be changed. So we zip. So from here we find out the symbol. Second, this is the price, and change, this is the 2.4. So we iterate over the multiple list at once with the help of zip method. See the output like this one. So this is the use case of zip. Now zip stop the sorted list. Suppose there are the two lists. So here it is containing the 5 element, and second list will contain the 3 element. So with the if we are using the zip method, and using a for loop it will print only 3 pairs and stops, and for 4 or 5 it will not be iterate over. So see the example, see the output here, 1 A, 2 B, 3 C, and it ignores the 4 and 5. Build a dictionary from the to list using the zip also. There is to list, zipping and making the dictionary. So output will be looks like this: key value pair. First one act as a key and second one act as a value. First one as a key, second will act as a value, comma, like this. So we can also use the zip method for making the dictionary from the to list also. Now comes to section number 6. Here I am going to discuss about the while loop. It means repeat until the condition is false. This is a basic condition, while condition and closed blocks. So basic while loop example is count is equal to 1 and count is less than 5, it will print the corresponding blocks. So it will run up to 5 only, because this condition will be whenever the count will be 6. So this condition will becomes the false and it will exit from this while loop and print the last statement here. This is the example also for the while loop, you can check here. And infinite loop. So this is the pay attention condition, like be careful, always update the conditions. So this will otherwise this would run forever. So for example here, for x is equal to 1, x is greater than print x. X is never changed, so it will run infinite times. So correct way is that if x is greater than this and decrease the x value, so whenever this condition becomes false, it will exit from that loop also. Now comes to the section number 7. Here we use the what is the use of break statement, break keyword. So it exit the loop early. So it break immediately exit the loop. So see the example here. These are tuples and this is the list, and we are going to iterate over this list and finding out the symbol y and currency. If currency is greater than y, print this one and break. It means that whenever this condition is satisfied, a loop comes inside this one. After that, no for loop will be executed. That for loop breaks and the execution comes outside the for loop. So see, current price is greater than buying price. First condition satisfied, yes. What is the symbol? And the probability is current minus y, this, and it will break. So you can see the output that after that no for loop will be executed. This is the example of break inside the for loop. Now we can also use the break for the while loop also. So exit on particular conditions. While this result is this, if this condition is satisfied, it will stop the further execution and exit from that while loop. So see here, it will execute only 4 times, and when total loss is greater than loss limit, then after that it will come out from that for loop and print the further statement. Now come to the section number 8, the use of continue. So use of the continue is that it will escape that particular steps, but after that for loop will execute, but it will escape the particular conditions. So see the example here. Suppose continue, skip this iteration and move to the next, right? So it does not break, it continues further loop, for loop, but it will skip the that loop for a particular conditions, like there is symbols and suspended. If symbol, for symbol in symbol, if symbol is inside the this suspended, then it will print like this and continue. So after that symbol will be printed out. See example here, Reliance, it is not there, so it will print the order place, right? This is the if block and this is the for loop. For loop, yes. Second is Paytm, yes, there is this, and it will print the like this is the suspended. And see, this statement does not execute because I skip this condition. Now it goes to a TCS. TCS again, it is not inside this suspended list. So here TCS order place, this statement executed. Again Zomato order place है. SDFC order. Nykaa is inside the suspended list. So this statement will skip and this is executed. Nykaa is skip. These two are skipping, and all the for loop will execute will a total number of the times. So this is the use of continue. Now come to the section number 9, pass. If you want to do nothing for a particular block, just use the pass statement. Pass does absolutely nothing, and it is useful as a placeholder when you have not written the code yet, and but in future you are going to write down that particular code, and currently you want to execute your program without writing the code, so you can use the pass. So in this way there will be no error and your program will be executed. Suppose this is the function, and after that we write down the pass. So it means that I will implement later. If you are not using the pass, so it will give the error, compilation error, you can say that. See here, it will say that provide the body of this function. Again the class you are not going to implement, just use the pass statement. And pass in also loop, in loop you can also use the pass. Supposing signal is equal to hold, just pass, do nothing. So this is the use of the pass, means do nothing, just a placeholder, so that your program can be executed, and implementation of that particular method or class may be done in the future. So this is the example side by side of break, continue and pass. See here, whenever I is equal to 3 comes, it will break the for loop. It will print only 1 or 2, and for I is equal to 3, it will not print for the I is equal to 3, and apart from that it will print all the times from starting from 1 to 6, and for y I is equal to 3, it will pass, but it will execute for all the times. Once it does not do nothing, but it will print the all the for loop, like print 1 2 3 4 5, right? So this is the side by side comparison. So this is a visual representation of break, continue and pass. Now comes to the section number 10, else with the for loop. Yes, you heard right. We can use the else for the loop in Python. This is the unique feature of the Python. In other language, you did not heard that we can use the else with the for loop. We always use the if or else block, but in the Python we can use the else with the for loop also. So else run whenever loops finish without break. So else condition run होगी जब it will executes for all the number of elements and it will not goes a single time for the break, then the else block will be execute, otherwise else will not execute it. See here, suppose search for a stock and found a case. TCS is there, yes there, it will print this statement and it will break. See here, TCS find out and it will break. Now next is search for a stock not found in the case. Suppose ONGC, it will execute for all the times and we did not find out inside this list, then else will execute. So here you can see that this print statement executed here. Now we can also use the else with the while loop. Same concept. If success means if break condition will not execute it for the total number of the count, then else will be executed. Otherwise, if any one condition satisfied, then else will not be executed. So you can see here attempt is little less than 1 5, attempt plus 1, yes, success is false, first is false, so output will be the fail. If false, it does not execute, again going to false and again it is going to print this one, again going to this one, it will print here and at this time it returns a true. Yes, it is true. It means that break executed at least one time, then in that case else will never be executed. So this is the condition. If something has been break, that means that else will not be executed. Otherwise all will be otherwise there will be no call of break, then after then else will be executed. Now nested loop, loop inside loop. Outer loops runs n time and inner loops runs m time for each outer repetition. Suppose for y I in range 1 to 6, for j in range 1 to 6, print this one, means for I is equal to 1, this loop will run till the 5 time, again I is equal to 2, this loop will run again 5 times. So in this manner it will execute into n into m times. Fine. Now this is the real use case. This is simple if else, a simple for loop you can easily understand. And this is an example of star pattern with the help of nested loop. For I is equal to this one, for I this can be print star. For y, I is equal to this, again 2, again 3, again 4. Now break in a nested loop only break inner loops. So whenever inner loops breaks, then total outer if for loop also be executed. Suppose for I into range outer and j is equal to this, if j is equal to 2, it will immediately stop and execute from the inner loop. See example here, for I is equal to I 1 2 3, for I j is equal to 1, yes, so auto loop executed this one. I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1, again j is equal to 2, so this break the this for loop, again comes to the 2 2 1, print this one, again 2, it will break, again comes to the 3 1, and it will print the 3 1. See the output here. So in nested loop, where the break statement has been put, then particular that block of for loop will be executed. So see a example, this is the inner for loop and we put the break inside the this one, then this for loop will be exit when the some particular conditions satisfy, not this one. Okay. Now comes to section number 12, common loop pattern. Pattern 1, accumulator. If you find out the total of each element, we can use the for loop. If you want to filter out some condition, yes, we can use the for loop and provide the some conditions. If we transform, you have created a new list, use the for loop and do the manipulation. Find the minimum max manually, yes, use the for loop and provide some condition, it will give the minimum or max value of that particular variable. While will user input simulation. Again whenever execute it will break, if status है तो then it will print this one, it is y है तो this will print this one. Okay. Now comes to section number 13, for versus while. When we use the for, when we use the while. For will be used when you know the exact number of the times, when you want to iterate over the list, dictionary, string and tuple, and whenever you want to use the range, we will use the for loop. So whenever you don't know the exact number of the iteration, then we use the while loop, and we know the particular condition it will break. So in those situations we use the while loop, right? Whenever you are trying to retry the logic, don't know how many times. So you see the example here, with the for loop we can do in this way, and with the while loop we can do this way. Same result but more flexible. While is better when condition can be changed dynamically. So while will use better when the condition are going to change dynamically, then we use the while, not the for loop. See, the day is equal to day plus 1, day plus 2, day 3. These are the conditions. These are the changes on dynamic basis. In those situations, definitely we use the while loop. Now, at last, this section 14. In this section, I will I have given the mini project. Name the portfolio scanner, report generator. Here we also use the for loop and different for loops, and use the sorted function using the enumerator function, enumerate functions, and if else conditions. So this is very easy. You can walk through the code. In case you find any doubts, kindly ping the comment section. I will try to resolve your doubts. And this is the output of this mini project. Output looks like this one. And at last, I am going to give the quick revision. You can say that loop chit set. So in this notebook, what we have learned? We have learned the for loop, we have learned the range, we have learned the enumerate. Whenever you loop with the index, use the zip method. Loop the multiple indexes while loop. So always update the condition while loop, otherwise it will go in for the infinite loop. How to use the break to break the while loop, and what is the use of continue, what is the use of pass. So whenever you do not want to nothing, just place use as a placeholder. Else with the for loop, run if no break happens. Nested loops and the common pattern like accumulation, filter condition, transformation of the value of different data types. So that's it for this video. Hope you people like it, and in next video I am going to discuss about the project. Project name will be the student management system. So whatever we have learned till now, I will implement each and every concept in this student management system, and I will try to explain the line by line explanation, and where what which concept we used, so that it can be easily be revised, and you can easily understand the concept very clearly. So hope you people like my video. So till then, bye, and have a nice day, and keep smiling, keep learning, and have a good day. Bye. Thank you.